Series Late Bloom. The story of an Asian American woman who quit her career to care for her ailing father. Episode 1. There are things. If I could go back, I would do exactly the same way. Not because it was the right thing to do, but because at that time, I wasn't capable of doing anything else. People often say, I wish I had known sooner. I don't think that way. There are things that only when you've walked the entire path are you truly ready to understand. There are phone calls that don't make you cry immediately, but from that moment on, your life takes a completely different turn. This is the story of a woman who thought she was on the right track until she was forced to stop. Blank. Blank. I'm standing in an elevator. A glass building in San Jose. Lunchtime. White lights reflecting off the cold stone floor. Everyone is silent, glued to their phones. My phone vibrates. An unknown number. The voice on the other end is slow, steady, as if they've done this 1,000 times. My dad. Cancer. Stage 3. The elevator doors open. Everyone steps out. But I stand still. I don't know why my legs won't move. I'm 36 years old. Asian American. A project manager at a tech company. Making enough that I never had to worry about money. I thought I was on the right path. On schedule. Right for my age. I text my boss. I need a few days off. Family emergency. I thought it would only be a few days. I drive to my parents' house. A familiar road. But today, it feels longer than usual. I remember the last time I ate with my dad. He put a piece of fish on my plate. Just like when I was a kid. I said, I'm busy. Dad, maybe next time. Next time. I always thought there would be plenty of next times. The house comes into view. Old. Quiet. The grass is tall on the front porch. I sit in the car for a moment. I don't go in right away. I feel a lump in my throat. It's not just the fear of the illness. It's the realization that a boundary in my life has just been erased. From this day on, I will no longer live for a plan. I will live for each day. Blank. Blank. Episode 2. Giving up a good job is never an easy thing to explain. It's not about being noble. It's because if I leave now, there are things that can never be made whole again. My dad lies in the hospital bed. He is shrinking fast, as if every passing day takes a piece of him away. He still smiles when he sees me. A forced smile. But his eyes look exhausted. I start staying. First for a few hours. Then the whole day. Then I stop going to the office altogether. The laptop stays open. Emails keep coming. Meeting notifications pop up. I look at the screen. Then I look at my dad sleeping. I don't feel noble. I just feel like I can't physically get up to leave. I write my resignation letter. Very short. No long explanations. My boss calls me. He sounds surprised. He tells me I'm at the peak of my career. I listen. I understand. But I don't change my mind. My friends text me. Have you thought this through? It'll be hard to get back in later. I know. I know all of that. In the evening, I change my dad's bandages. The smell of antiseptic. The dim yellow light. My hands shake. Not because I'm afraid of blood, but because I'm not used to seeing my father this weak. Dad says, go back to work. Don't give it all up for me. I turn away. I don't answer. I don't know what to say to make him feel less guilty. I only know, if I leave now, I will carry a scar for the rest of my life. Blank. Blank. Episode 3. In America, the one who stays behind for family is rarely called a success. No one applauds. No one recognizes it. There are only days that pass very slowly. And a question that repeats in your head. Day after day. Hospital. Home. Kitchen. Bedroom. I learned to cook salt-free porridge. I learned to read lab results. I learned how not to burst into tears in front of my dad. My friends post photos of buying houses, going on vacations, getting promoted, I buy medical gloves, wipes, painkillers. Sometimes, I feel jealous. It's real. And it's shameful. Some nights I sit alone in the kitchen. Lights off. Only the steady hum of the refrigerator. I ask myself, if I weren't here, would someone else take my place? In America, no one claps for the one who stays. No one validates walking away from a career. There is no title. No praise. Just an old man, whose breathing gets heavier every night. And a daughter, who doesn't know what her tomorrow looks like. I place my hand on my chest. My heart beats slowly. My body is exhausted. But strangely, I don't feel empty. I don't know if I'm growing up or falling behind. I only know, tonight, I am still here. Blank, underscore, blank. Episode 4. When the pain increases, the fear can no longer be hidden. It's not the fear of losing a job. It's not the fear of the future. It's the fear of a room that will be empty one morning. I realized Dad was in more pain on a very ordinary morning. Not because he cried out, but because he stopped crying out. He lay still, eyes closed, short breaths. I called his name. He opened his eyes. A very faint nod. The doctor said the dosage would have to increase. He spoke softly, as if afraid of breaking something. I signed the papers. My hands didn't shake, but my palms were wet with sweat. That night, Dad was a bit more lucid. He looked at me for a long time. So long that I had to look away. Dad asked, "Do you regret it?" I didn't answer right away. I had never thought about it that way. I said, "No. Actually, I wasn't sure." There were nights I was so tired I couldn't remember what day it was. Times I was irritable. Times I felt selfish, just wanting to run away. Then I saw my dad wince in pain. And every other thought vanished. I sat by the bed. Held his hand. Thin. Cold. Dad whispered. "Back then, I was busy working. I wasn't home with you much." The words fell softly. But I heard them clearly. I wanted to say so many things. That I didn't blame him. That I understood. But my throat tightened. I just squeezed his hand tighter. That night, I didn't sleep. I sat listening to the sound of the machines. A steady rhythm. Terrifyingly steady. For the first time, I wasn't afraid of losing my job. I wasn't afraid of a blurred future. I was afraid that one day, I would wake up, and this room would be empty. Blank, underscore, blank. Episode 5. My father passed away early one morning. It was still dark outside. No rain. No wind. The nurse called me. In a very low voice. I walked into the room. Everything was the same. Except Dad wasn't breathing anymore. I stood there for a long time. I didn't cry. I didn't say anything. I placed my hand on his chest. Cold. Still. No memories rushed into my head. Just a very wide, open space. The funeral was small. Few people. My friends couldn't fly back in time. Afterward, I cleaned up the house. The things my dad kept were all old. Receipts. Papers. A jacket worn at the shoulders. I found a folded piece of paper. Shaky handwriting. It was my dad's. Only one line. "Thank you for staying." I sat down on the floor. This time, I cried. Not because I lost him, but because I finally understood. There are choices in life that don't bring achievements. They only bring peace of mind. 1 year later, I went back to work. A lower position. Less pay. People ask me if I regret it. I think of the nights sitting by that hospital bed. The times Dad opened his eyes to look for me. The faint squeezes of his hand. I shake my head. I grew up late. Very late. But when my father needed me most, I was there. And that is something no line on a CV can capture. But I will carry it with me for the rest of my life. There are choices in life that don't bring fame, that leave no legacy, But if given the chance to go back, you would still choose the same. This is the end of a journey of growing up very late, but very deep. You, the viewer, are my benefactor. Please subscribe to the channel for helpful content every day.